Hello everybody, yes, it's really nice to see you here on my live stream. I think I'll sing a little bit about how good it is to see all of my friends, except I cannot see them, but I can see what they write to me, and so I'm going to sing. That was just spontaneous. Sorry if it was terribly off key or didn't sound great, but I felt like singing to you today because I started the day great, and then I got sad, but then I decided to stop being sad and be awesome instead, and it worked, sort of. Hello, everyone. You were here before I was. Hey, girl. Hey, Beth. I see that there are a couple of others who are being shy. That's fine. Always happy to just be listened to. Are I okay? What do you mean, are I okay? Oh, was my singing that bad? Can you hear me? You can hear me. Okay. Well, that's pretty good then. Oh, yeah, I was sad. I don't know. Sad happens. It's not always sensical. Neither is when I yawn. I haven't yawned in like 2 hours, and now I'm here on stream, and suddenly I'm yawning. Maybe it's the way I'm sitting? I don't know. I feel like I'm sitting fine. Hey, Megan. Welcome. So, now that we're all here, at least those of us who are usually here, I wanted to say hi. Welcome. What the hell is with this yawning? It happens every day, and yet I don't know what to say. It always happens at the worst possible time. It's like it doesn't want me to be singing rhymes and songs, but then I do so anyway. What's that, a crime? Maybe I should sing on Broadway. I don't think I should sing on Broadway. I think I should stay here in my room. To gloom. Gloom. I have not been drinking enough water recently, which is a, how do you say, perpetual state for me. Welcome everybody. If you are new here, feel free to say hello. If you are a regular here, feel free to say hello. I am here to hang out and help people to feel less lonely, including myself, during this time of self-isolation and social isolation. And so, stop doing that. Just because we are physically isolated does not mean that we need to be socially isolated, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to make sure that everyone gets connected, but not in the lane sense, in the social sense. So I am happy to talk or listen or sometimes sing or give virtual hugs or whatever happens to have to happen for people to feel a little better about the world and a little less suck throughout the day. Today, I thought we would talk about marijuana because it's 420, you know, hashtag blaze it, I guess. Because I'm not the squarest guy in a patent bow tie and these nerd lenses, and well, actually I'm pretty cool all things considered. However, be aware that you are putting on the computer screen, we can see your reflection in the glasses. Of what you are putting on the computer screen. Oh, you can see the reflection of the magic card that I was just looking at. So I shouldn't show them the your latest podcast idea art, eh? Here's a picture of Salem. I don't know if you can see that. I was just trying to clean up the desktop a little bit. However, I can remove the glasses. So, pot, devil's weed, marijuana, the wacky tobacco, the chronic, what was it called? Something fever, or something. Dang it. The whole, terrible propaganda film from back in the day. Why can't I remember what it's called? Anyway, it's legal here in Canada now to partake of the joy flower. I can show the art. You're proud of the work we did? I'll have to find the art. The Buzzbud is totally legit here in Canada, and sorry, I'm just looking for an image on the sea of desktop nonsense, because neither Tams nor I are as organized as we should be. That's the old one. Oh, Lord. I'm gonna have to go find it, aren't I? Oh, that's fine. New volume. Our projects. That's a PSP image. That's not what I want. There it is. Alright, now that I've got some... No, I lost it. Oh, I am sucking at this today. Oh, you G-talked it. Don't call it marijuana. That word has racist roots. They all have racist roots. That's what you call it. Reefer madness was what I was thinking. What should we call it? If not by the name that everyone knows it by. I mean, very much everything has racist roots. Cannabis? Okay. So, let's talk about cannabis. Thank you, my dear. Set as desktop background. Centered. Set. How do people feel about the reefer and the madness? I, for my own personal self, have used marijuana, cannabis, pot a few times. Mostly, I find it a good way to relax. in the evening and put me to sleep when I really need to sleep. But I don't use it any time that I have to go anywhere the next day, because you can never be sure I can never be sure if I'm going to have some sort of a weird hangover effect, and I can't risk that sort of loss of mental acuity, because I'm already so scattered that like I don't have a lot to lose. But I know people who use pot almost daily, and for chronic aches and pains, or for anxiety, to treat either a physical or a mental discomfort, disquiet. And I don't have any problem with the substance. I don't really think anyone should, except in children, because it has been shown to affect brain development. So, the legal age should be probably 21. But I'm open to hearing other people's thoughts on the matter, since it is 420 Blaze It today. And I'm always curious to hear what people have to say. The racist beginnings of the war on pot were not well known, I guess, by the populace, but basically the reason that it's in the same schedule of drugs in the US as opioids is because they wanted a way to put more black and brown Americans in jail, which they succeeded in doing. And unfortunately, that sort of fear crept across the border as well into Canada, and it was not good. Basically, anything exported from the US is not good, with the single exception of Magic the Gathering. And podcasts, I guess. Before I dig myself into a hole here, I'd like to open up the floor to anyone who has anything to say on the matter. And of course, if you're not interested in this conversation and have something else dire that you want to talk about, by all means, hijack the conversation. I'm here to listen and to help. I am going to show off, this is the image for the new podcast that Tams has in her little brain, and hopefully that'll be coming sometime, but we're currently working on other projects. We just wanted to get the art out there because I like how it looks. I think we done good together. This was a joint effort for us, so cannabis is an important herbal ally. It's a healing plant and a sacrament. I don't think that it should be so looked down upon. I think it should be treated with respect, however. That's basically my sentiment as well, without the caveat of it being a sacrament, because I don't follow any such religious edict, but I don't mean that nobody should see it as a sacrament. I'm saying I don't. I hope I was clear there. But it is definitely a medicinal herb, and a lot of medicinal herbs could very well become recreational. A lot of medicinal practices could very well become recreational. Think about fire cupping in the BDSM context. That started as a treatment and is sort of an interesting practice that some people do. Everybody seems to be agreeing with Beth. Megan hasn't weighed in, but I think she's kind of busy doing her thing. So, I mean, I didn't really expect for us to have wildly differing opinions on this matter specifically. I tend to attract the kind of people who agree with me on things like this. But I thought it would be an interesting thing to talk about. You are absolutely right that BDSM can be spiritual and or medicinal in practice. I'm not saying that it can't be a spiritual thing, but sacraments are personal or communal based on your communal belief system. So I also don't consider marriage to be a sacrament, though Catholics do, or any of the other sacraments that I don't want to get into very detailedly, because my knowledge of the various Christian denominations is vast, and I don't want to stumble into that little whirlpool when we're here to enlighten each other and brighten each other's days and positivity. I see here a cat on the desktop. What is that? Oh my, what a darling. I'm going to show you a picture of this gent who is, I wanted to say Galahad. Or the Orange Bastard, as he's been called. That is Enigma. I couldn't think of his name. I just kept saying Salem in my head, but Salem is his best buddy, the black one. And yeah, there's all sorts of fun stuff on the desktop that we need to clean up and put into, proper bins. That's gonna be work for another time, I think. So, is anyone planning on partaking today? I think I might try a couple of gummies later on to help me sleep. Maybe just one to see if it'll put me to sleep. Because 2 gets me loopy and high. And, that's a sometimes food for me. It's not an everyday thing. Anybody else planning on partaking on the 420 of the 2020? Sorry. You have a little cotton candy, but it doesn't do much. Dang red-headed Gene. It's true. You have a higher tolerance than me, and you're about half the size and weight of me. It's kind of ridiculous. You might because of your anxiety. I'm sorry that you have anxiety. I hope it's not any worse today than it is any other day, but if so, I am sending good feelings in the form of a yawn. Good feelings out to my friends in the universe. You'll probably partake. It's been a while, but it's a celebration day. Well, there you go. Gotta celebrate, because it's, it's a nerd day. So, yeah. Although, if you're planning on getting into Magic the Gathering, anybody out there, I would not suggest that you dope and draft, because you kind of need your wits about you to pick cards that make sense together. I have visions of people having some pot and then thinking that all of the biggest baddest, meanest stuff is what you want to fit in a deck, and you need to balance that out there. Not sending that one out to anyone in particular, but in case somebody has a mind to maybe do a draft later, keep that in mind. I wonder if I could do Morse code with my eyebrows. Probably. I've got to learn, the Morse code for help. They've got me trapped in case zombies break into my recording studio and hold me for ransom or something. You're feeling personally called out by by my comments? In other words, I resemble that remark. Water. The water of life. Hello, Siaf-O. I don't know how you pronounce that name, but welcome. I hope that you are feeling well today. Is there anything that you want to talk about with us today? This is the live stream for social togetherness, or to fight social isolation. We are a community of people here who just want to hang out and have a good time and split up the middle of the day with a conversation. And today we're talking about pot and how we feel about it, and whether it's helpful or whether it's scary. But we can talk about absolutely anything that is on your mind if you wanted to start a conversation. So what brought you here, Siafo? And thank you, Tams, Girl in Real Life, for welcoming our guest. Oh, it is a beautiful day, really. A beautiful day for a nap, apparently. Maybe I should nap before stream instead of after. It would keep me from yawning my face off. But another day, perhaps. Another time. Another place. Well, good. That's good. It's good that you feel better now. I'm not sure what I did to help, but I'm always happy to help. And if anyone out there, either in the chat or who's just viewing, needs to talk to somebody about feeling blue, it is what I do. I'm not a licensed therapist, but I'm an intimacy coach and professional cuddler. And because I can't be out cuddling the world right now, I'm in here cuddling everybody's spirits. And you can find me if you want to DM me on Twitter at @theprostep, or you can just tweet at me, or you can send me an email, theprofessionalstep@gmail.com, if you have something that you really want to talk about and don't feel comfortable doing it in public. I'm happy to talk during this time. Where are you from, Siaf, if you don't mind me asking? Canada, the US, Romania. There's a dog outside. Bark, bark, barf. Bark, barf. Bark, 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 barf. Bark, 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 barf. Perhaps Portugal, one of my friends from Portugal. I tell you, that dog likes to talk. From Egypt, how are things in Egypt? I don't know if it's easy for you to type or difficult, but I'm always looking for. I'm from Canada. Most of the people in the chat are from Canada, but we are accepting of people from all over the world because my mother lives in Portugal, We've got friends in the States. We've got friends in Romania. We've got connections all over the world. So don't feel like Egypt is excluded by any means. I hope that things are okay for you there. I haven't seen anything or heard anything about Egypt specifically. So are you staying safe? Is your family safe? Beth, is your family safe? I know we haven't talked about your family in a while. I know our families are safe, mine and Tamara's, because we have family close, and I've just spoken to my mother today. Although I should call my father. He's out in BC. Yes? Good. Good. It's good to stay together, stay safe. Yeah. So we do this every day at 2 p.m. I also do some random other stuff throughout the week. I don't have any extra streams planned this week because I'm trying to get other life stuff figured out. But I will be here every day at 2 p.m. if you want to join us. And I will be doing a Magic the Gathering Arena stream at 6 p.m. on Friday. But other than that, reach out to me on Twitter or via email. Beth, your dad is high risk and not isolating? Yeah, I know a few people like that. There was a guy at the bank today. I had to go to the bank for my mother. There was a guy at the bank today who just he was walking very close to the lineup, and he not elderly, but older than is comfortable for, definitely at risk. Not high risk. I don't know anything about the man, but he had biked out to go to the bank, just to the cash machine, and he mumbled as he passed us by, like, well, you'd think that somebody had the plague or something. And I just wanted to say, well, yeah, duh. That's what's happening. This is a pandemic is what they would have used to call a plague. We don't use the term plague anymore because of the historically dark connotations, but it's like politically correctitizing it, Pandemic is more scientific nowadays because it's bigger than epidemic. So I don't know. Some people still don't get it, and it's sad. But for those of us who do and are feeling lonely, that's what I'm here for. We usually go for about half an hour, so we're coming up to the end of today's stream, but I will be back tomorrow, don't you worry. 2 p.m., same as always. 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, that's the time it is now. I don't know what time it is in Egypt. I'm assuming, let's see, later? Are you 7 hours ahead? You must be on almost the same time zone as Portugal, so I'm guessing it's like 9:30 at night there, where you are? How am I doing with the pronunciation of Siafo? Anyway, do feel free to join us tomorrow. I would love to have many different people from around the world reach out and be part of this little community of people trying to make each other's lives a little better and days a little brighter. And, yeah. Again, if you want to reach out to me on Twitter, at TheProStep on Twitter, and if you want to email me, it's theprofessionalstep@gmail.com. I'm going to call the stream half an hour, but again, definitely be back tomorrow. Please join us. Thanks, everybody.